Hi guys, Tanya Lee here. This is not your usual trigger warning opening. I wanted to take a moment at the top of the episode to dedicate this one to a dear family friend of mine, and probably, if not the greatest, general manager in NHL history, Pierre Lacroix. When we recorded this episode, I was unaware that Pierre was battling COVID-19 in a hospital in Vegas. On Sunday, December 13th, he passed away. You will understand why this is pertinent to the episode later on, but I wanted to send my deepest condolences to friends and family, and this is proof that every holiday season I remember our friend dressing up as Santa Claus and showering me with love, gifts, and laughter. This is no joke. Wear a mask, wash your hands, social distance. It saves lives. Thanks, guys.
How awful.
Red?
Red leather.
I forgot it already.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Red leather.
Yellow leather.
I almost want to say red letter, yellow letter.
I know. Red leather, yellow leather.
We're recording.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Rubber baby bumpy bumpers.
Brup, brup, brup. This is because we can't read.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Who are you?
I'm Tanya Lee.
What?
Who are you?
B.
Did you know?
I didn't.
Oh.
Until just this now.
Who are you? Who are you?
Oh.
Is that what he sounds like
Mm.
when he talks to you? Do you want to know how sweet he was to me last night?
Sure. Tell me about how sweet my cat I paid a lot of money for is to you and never me.
He laid himself on my chest and stretched out completely
Adorable.
and then kept pawing my face with his sweet little peats
So happy for you.
and kept rubbing my face. He ended up licking my nose at one point.
He's tasting your face to see if you die, if he'll be wanting to eat your face sooner rather than later.
It's really not assistant-like behavior, though.
Yeah. No, it's an HR issue. But was he off the clock?
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
We were cuddling all
But
night.
have you submitted your relationship to HR?
I haven't quite figured out who's in charge of HR yet.
Oh, I thought you hired the person in charge of
Oh,
HR.
no. I haven't hired a person.
That explains why these bitches still have jobs.
I hired assistants, but let's just say I don't know if they're people.
That's fair. They don't have opposable thumbs, so they've been pretty useless.
Yeah. No opposable thumbs. They get trapped in places. Can't let themselves out.
What are we drinking this episode?
We are enjoying wassail.
Wassail.
I don't know if anybody knows what this is, but
Wassail, or otherwise known as mulled wine.
mm-hmm.
It's a warm, citrusy, spicy, red winey beverage. And it's delightful.
Yes, we are enjoying a bit of wassail / mulled wine, and it is
Courtesy of Trader Joe's.
Yes. Yeah, that's where you can get it.
Go to Trader Joe's.
Shout out.
Go in the juice aisle. It used to be on the end caps. And it was really easy to find. And I was like, they don't do it anymore. And now my life is over. And then I was down the juice aisle. And there it was.
Hiding away.
Wassail. Wassail holiday beverage.
Yes.
You get that. You heat it up on the stove. You throw some red wine in it. Delightful.
Absolutely delightful. It is something I look forward to every holiday season.
What is this podcast? Because it's not delightful.
No,
It's not how delightful.
It's how awful.
How awful, how awful.
As a reminder, we just like awful things, and we thought it'd be fun to talk about awful things on a podcast.
How's your day?
It was really nice and quiet. I actually have a normal work schedule right now, which
Blessings.
is blessed.
No, we're not having to scramble to figure out when to record this. We recorded it on a Monday, but you know what? If we wanted to have pushed it to Tuesday, we could have.
We could have. But you know what? We are
Getting it done.
We are go-getters. We get shiz done. So last episode, I pulled paranormal.
Mm-hmm. And I pulled lore.
Yes.
I did. I went mildly stage left with lore because I feel like lore is a broad topic.
It is. I think it's one of my favorites because I feel like you can kind of do a lot with it.
Yeah, it can kind of be anything. I went with maybe something you wouldn't expect me to go with.
Ooh. Is it aliens?
No. Sorry.
God damn it.
Sorry. It's
Way to lift me up and set me down.
I didn't lift you up. You lifted yourself up. I did not at all hint that it was aliens.
You looked me in the eyes, and when you look me in the eyes, I think
It's not aliens.
I think you're going to tell me something I like.
I am going to tell you something you like, but
Okay.
it's not about aliens.
Okay.
It's about the butterfly effect.
Oh, snap.
Cool, right?
This is super cool. I'm super into this topic.
Okay, so
I'm super into this topic.
the butterfly effect is an idea that is more commonly used in chaos theory. A small change can make much bigger changes happen. One small incident can have a big impact on the future. The idea started from weather prediction.
Like a domino effect.
Correct.
Yes.
Something small somewhere else can affect something like across the world.
Right. Like you move somewhere, and the minute you move there,
It changes history in other places.
yeah. Because
But-
it's like one less body in one
Right.
place. Yeah.
The theory is that the smallest occurrence, like dropping a pencil, getting the wrong train, can change the course of history forever.
Oy.
It's a large reason why time travel is a theory greatly frowned upon by many scientists, because if one thing changes when you go back in time, it can alter the entire future of the world.
So scientists are just like, please don't do
Please
this.
don't invent time travel.
So B
which
knows-
says to me, they know you can.
Yes. So B knows I'm like super obsessed with time travel.
Exactly. This is
This
right
is-
up your alley.
This is right up
I
my
did
alley.
it. I did it.
Thanks. I would have never thought to do this either. So
I know. I don't know what came to me, but it did. Anyway, General Stanley McChrystal,
who's that?
he's a general
Of what?
of McChrystals.
Cool.
He writes in Team of Teams. It's a book. In
Oh
What did you
no!
do?
We're destroyed.
It's the tiniest
Sorry.
drop in the world on her pants.
Sorry.
It's the
I
tiniest
didn't mean to
drop.
overreact.
Wow. Can I read
Yeah, you
General
can-
Stanley McChrystal's quote?
Yeah, I really want to know about Mr. McChrystal, General, man.
In popular culture, the term butterfly effect is almost always misused. It has become synonymous with leverage, the idea of a small thing that has a big impact, with the implication that, like a lever, it can be manipulated to a desired end. This misses the point of Lorenz's insight, which is who came up with chaos theory.
Okay.
The reality is that small things in a complex system may have no effect or a massive one, and it's virtually impossible to know which will turn out to be the case. So Edward Lorenz states on the discovery of the butterfly effect, it used to be thought that the events that changed the world were things like big bombs, maniac politicians. Sorry, I had something in my throat.
Oh, I thought
Absolutely was not Donald Trump.
You were actually, just timed really well.
Huge earthquakes or vast population movements, but it has now been realized that this is a very old-fashioned view held by people totally out of touch with modern thought. The things that change the world, according to chaos theory, are the tiny things. A butterfly flaps its wings in the Amazonian jungle, and subsequently a storm ravages half of Europe.
Dang.
So that's from Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, but it's a quote from Edward Lorenz.
Okay. I know
Lorenz-
who Edward Lorenz is, actually.
Yeah, Lorenz
know?
was a meteorologist
Mm-hmm.
and mathematician who successfully combined the two disciplines to create chaos theory.
It sounded like you said mathematician.
Mathematician.
I think that mathematicians are mathematicians.
Yeah, they're mad.
You gotta be a little mad to know all the numbers.
I told there'd be no maths.
No.
During the 1950s, Lawrence searched for a means of predicting the weather, as he found linear models to be ineffective. In an experiment to model a weather prediction, he entered the initial condition as 0.506 instead of 0.506127. Idiot. The result was surprising, a somewhat different prediction. From this, he deduced that the weather must turn on a dime. A tiny change in the initial conditions had enormous long-term implications. By 1963, he had formulated his ideas enough to publish an award-winning paper entitled Deterministic Non-Periodic Flow. So nerd stuff.
I love it. I'm very enthralled, actually. Big
She
nerd.
is. She's not blinking. He theorized that weather prediction models are inaccurate because knowing the precise starting conditions is impossible, and a tiny change can throw off the results. To make the concept understandable to non-scientific audiences, Lawrence began to use the butterfly analogy. In speeches and interviews, he explained that a butterfly has the potential to create tiny changes which, while not creating a typhoon, can alter its trajectory. A flapping wing represents the minuscule changes in atmospheric pressure, and these changes compound as a model progresses. Given that small, nearly imperceptible changes can have massive implications in complex systems, Lawrence concluded that attempts to predict the weather were impossible. Lawrence always stressed that there is no way of knowing what exactly tipped a system. The butterfly is a symbolic representation of an unknowable quantity. So the butterfly effect has been shown in various forms of media. The 2004 film starring Ashton Kutcher and Logan Lerman. The Stephen King work 11/22/63, where the protagonist travels back in time to stop the assassination of John F. Kennedy, only to return to the present and find the world is in chaos.
Right.
So then he has to go back and make sure John F. Kennedy is assassinated. Yeah. Ray Bradbury's classic A Sound of Thunder is set in 2055. It tells of a man named Eccles who travels back 65 million years to shoot a dinosaur. He shouldn't do that.
Don't do that.
All that being said, there are people who claim to have experienced a sort of butterfly effect.
Oh.
And I'm here with some examples.
Oh, I'm so pumped.
So these are direct quotes from people.
Okay.
My mother wore heels to work and slipped on the carpeted steps one day.
Great story.
Yeah. Resulting in a broken high heel and a broken leg. Well, while she was at home recovering, she developed allergies that led her to needing penicillin. The penicillin she was prescribed interfered with her birth control, and now I have a brother 13 years younger than me because she broke her heel. Next, I had been looking for direction and went out for Chinese food one day. In my fortune cookie was a fortune that said, "To teach is to learn twice." I thought hard about it, and it led me to apply for a job at a local school as an ESL instructor. Well, 2 years later, there was an earthquake in Taiwan, which caused many English teachers to leave. The school I was working for asked if anyone was interested in replacing those teachers at its sister school. I signed up, got a promotion there, then a wife, dog, son, and daughter, all because I like Chinese food.
These, I bet you I could tell you stories of my own.
Oh, yeah. I moved a potted plant on one side of an elevator about 3 inches forward so that it would be symmetrical with the other. Well, a guy ran by into the elevator and broke his toe on it. His coworker drove him to the ER, and they got into a car wreck on the way. He was in a coma for 2 weeks.
Dang.
Because she moved a potted plant 3 inches.
Oh, no.
This one's crazy. My Jewish grandfather was a pharmacist in Romania. And back in the 40s, that meant making medicine. The town he lived in was agrarian?
Agrarian?
There's no other G.
Oh.
Agrarian. I don't know.
We're good at reading.
And their cow herds had come down with an illness that was killing them. My grandfather whipped up something that cured them, and the townspeople were grateful to him. So grateful that when the chief of police heard that the Nazis were coming to town to take inventory of who lived there, he showed up at my grandfather's house with some train tickets for him and his wife. They escaped, and my father was born at the end of 1945. So butterfly effect saved a man from the Holocaust.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a big one.
Big one. There's another one. My girlfriend and I were on a road trip on the West Coast, and we had planned to spend a night in Las Vegas, go to Zion the next day for some hiking, and then spend another night in Vegas. Well, when we woke up for our Zion trip, we discovered that our hotel's coffee machine had broken down, so we had to go to a nearby McDonald's to get some coffee to go. When we got there, however, they told us they had run out of milk, so we let our GPS direct us to another one around the corner. Well, we arrived to find that one was permanently closed. The third McDonald's we tried to find only existed on the map, so we nervously arrived at the fourth and final McDonald's and agreed that if we can't get coffee there, we'll stop wasting time and just go to Zion. They did have coffee and milk, and after we got to our car, we realized our order was wrong. We replaced it and laughed the whole time, heading off to Zion late. Well, we got back to Las Vegas just before 10 p.m. and started getting ready to go to the Harvest County Music Festival. That was on the Strip. We knew we were late, but thought we'd go anyway, but we were stopped by our hotel exit by a policeman telling us to remain in our room. There had been a shooting there, and if not for wasting all that time in the morning trying to get coffee, we would have made it to the festival in time. 58 people were shot dead that night at the festival. If not for McDonald's, it could have been 60. Lastly, my pregnant cousin usually takes the 5:10 p.m. bus after work, and one day she was about to hop inside, but really needed to pee. Since her commute is about an hour long, she decided to go to the restroom instead and catch the next bus. That 5:10 p.m. bus ended up falling from a cliff.
Oh.
And that's the butterfly effect.
Yum. Do you have any instances that you can think of off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head?
I have some, but they're not very dramatic. They're not like that. They're not like life and death dramatic.
No, yeah, same. I mean, my mom has one, which she didn't tell, which was, I mean, we hinted at it during her episode, but she was late to pick up my brother. He was about 2 years old. She was late to pick him up from my grandmother's, and she was driving there, and she stopped at a stoplight, and a semi-truck lost control of its brakes and ran into the back of her car and ended up in the back seat of her car, where had she been on time, my brother would have been in his car seat and would have been baby mush, basically.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. She probably just cringed at that. 'Cause I just called my brother baby mush.
No baby mush.
I mean, he wasn't, though, and there's nothing to cringe at. But, yeah. So I guess that's on my mom. Butterfly effect. Small thing could have ended up in me not having a brother and probably me not existing because my mom would have been too distraught to have me.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Weird. Do you have one?
I mean, I have some. They're not like super dramatic. I mean, I have like one that led me to my friend Megan. Kind of.
Okay.
Basically, on the show that I was working on, my boss was getting emailed, not from Megan, but from like somebody else that was like, hey, I'm looking for recommendations for like a person to do this position. And he replied all, and it was like a group email. It was called as like coordinators group. So it's like a group of,
You weren't supposed to be on that email.
well, he was only supposed to reply to one person, but he replied to the entire group, which is like hundreds of people
Oh, God.
with my resume
Oh, okay.
and like a raving recommendation, which was actually very nice of him.
Yeah, awesome.
It was really sweet. But Megan saw that and reached out to him because she actually had met him once. And she said, I'm actually looking for somebody. So I see that you recommended her on this blast. Like, would you care if I interviewed her or whatever?
Right.
And he was like, sure. So then I interviewed with Megan, and then I started working with Megan, and now she's like one of my closest friends.
She's one of your closest friends. You're in a production company with her.
Yeah, we're going to make movies together. We're going to change each other's lives.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of a weird coincidence, I guess.
It's a very cool thing.
But it's not like a life and death.
I mean, we can look at whatever. I'm telling you that the Megan from the email was the Megan you're talking about because
That's fair.
It pertains. We can look at her getting pregnant with Nolan saved her life. Because if she hadn't been pregnant with Nolan, her appendix would have ruptured.
Yeah.
She would have become septic
Yep.
and died
Yeah, because basically...
because no one was believing her.
Yeah, it was like a sac like that formed around... I don't know if it was placenta or what, but essentially... Or maybe it was amniotic fluid.
It was her... Because she was pregnant, her body goes into like...
Fight or
flight, and it went into fight, and it created a sac around those fluids so that it wouldn't hurt Nolan.
Yeah, which is crazy. And by, not by default, but by beautiful chance.
She had the best child in the world.
Yeah.
Nolan is going to change the world. He's going to be president, and we're all going to get cookies.
He's the best.
He is the best.
We're all going to get cookies?
Yeah, I feel like he would give everybody cookies.
He
would give like a cookie stimulus.
Yeah, he'd be like, here, have some tofu.
Oh, yeah, he's a vegan baby.
He's a vegan baby.
Anyway, my sources are... It's this really cool blog post called The Butterfly Effect, Everything You Need to Know About This Powerful Mental Model. And I got the instances from a BuzzFeed list where people sent in their butterfly effect lists.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you did it that way because my topic is going to be similar in the sense that I'm going to read like reader stories, kind of. Not like...
Oh, okay.
Not like our readers.
Right.
I wish.
Right. But there's stories involved.
Yes.
Other people's stories. Cool.
So that was great. I was really into that.
Thank you. I did one that you liked.
Yeah, I'm really into the
science.
The science behind... I'm not really into science per se, but I'm into...
You're really into science. You don't think you are, but you are.
Not real science. I'm into like make-believe science. Like the science that... that is like not proven yet and really far-fetched. Like the science behind parallel universes and the science behind things like this. And like
you'd probably be into like the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. Like things like just,
all started with a big bang. Bang!
It's just I'm so interested in things undiscovered that seem obvious to me, like parallel universes.
Yeah.
I also have this theory, and I'm going to transition into my story because I'm talking about paranormal stuff. I have this theory that paranormal activity is actually a look into a parallel universe. Like you're crossing like some kind of barrier.
Like a
or
plane, like you're seeing through.
Yeah, like kind of like how Insidious was, but like less demonic. And
Right.
more like you might be just crossing some kind of threshold.
Right.
Because
I mean, could be, but how do you explain seeing loved ones who have died, who you know are dead?
well, maybe
Do you think the
maybe
death
heaven
goes to
isn't-
another plane?
yeah, maybe because we're all matter, right?
Like
Where
you
that's-
just graduate into another plane instead
Yeah.
of.
could be. I
Maybe.
mean,
I like that idea better than you just don't exist anymore.
yeah, I mean, we are literally made of matter. Like
Yeah.
that is what we are made of.
Yeah.
So what happens to matter after we die? We don't really know, but that is something that is worth thinking about.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Anyway.
We talked about this kind of stuff a lot.
Yes.
And I remember seeing Insidious by myself and thinking, oh, this is going to make Tanya so mad. Because I knew it was a movie that you had conceptualized the idea of paranormal activity actually being just a parallel universe.
I still have an idea that's it's original to Insidious. It's not similar to.
Oh, good.
The only thing that's similar is the idea of it being like a
Paranormal. Kind of.
paranormal parallel
like
universe thing. but
menacing.
It's not the same in that sense. But,
Uh-huh.
all right, so I like we were
Is it
just
a long tail?
no.
Okay.
Like we were just saying, my topic is paranormal.
Spoopies.
And because it's December, I decided to make mine a little bit December themed
Okay.
in terms of the holidays coming up. Mm-hmm. And something that I'm sure a lot of people are aware of, but maybe some people are not, is that Christmas time used to traditionally be time to tell ghost stories.
That must be why it's in there'll be some scary stories and
So-
yeah.
So the most popular Christmas ghost story is obviously A Christmas Carol.
Yes.
But for those that aren't aware, like I just said, Victorian Christmas tradition for years was sharing ghost stories with loved ones.
Sorry. You said A Christmas Story and I just said Marley and Marley. So I got that.
And a fun fact, in the song, it's the most wonderful time
Yeah,
of
thank
the year.
you.
I literally made a note of this. That's why I started laughing. There is a line that references this tradition. There will be scary ghost stories
Yes.
and tales of the glories of Christmas
Yes.
long, long ago.
This is so weird. It was literally today at work that song came on and I caught that lyric. I've listened to that song 500 times. I've never caught that lyric.
Yep.
And I caught that lyric and I looked at my coworker and I went, it's about Christmas. Why are they talking about scary stories? That time's over.
Nope.
And that's just weird.
It is a long time tradition that is not kept up with. So I thought it would be fun.
If we tell a spooky
So
Victorian Christmas story.
So I looked up some Christmas ghost stories.
Cool.
And I'll be sharing a few little highlights and tidbits for the old merry season.
Fun.
So these are all, I'm going to actually tell you my source already, just because these are verbatim stories from like actual people. So these are stories I pulled from cafemom.com, an article by Linda Sharps, and liveabout.com, an article by Stephen Wagner. And I think actually Cafe Mom pulled from Stephen Wagner's article as well.
Okay.
But these are all like stories that were submitted to them, but I'm just reading them because I thought they would be really fun to
Yeah.
record. So the first one is called The Christmas Visitor. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm excited. I had an unusual visitor on Christmas Day, 2008, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't Santa Claus passing by my house in Bloomington, Indiana. The day started in typical fashion with the opening of gifts around the Christmas tree. I served an early Christmas dinner for family and friends, and everybody departed by 5 p.m. Very early.
Very.
Except my sister and brother-in-law, who live with me. They were asleep in a bedroom at the end of the hall, but their door was open. So no fun times for them, I guess.
No fun times. No.
So it's really inappropriate.
I mean, some people just don't give a hoot. Door open,
Christmas.
door closed.
Special
They're
occasion.
getting that Christmas booty.
Yeah.
Did you say special BJ?
No.
Oh.
But maybe.
Tanya.
A special Christmas time. Special time.
Special Christmas BJs.
It's a holiday.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom. So I went into my bedroom with my dog, Toby. Toby is a shining star in the story.
Toby is a star.
And shut the door securely. She was like, I'm not having any... I'm shutting my door.
No.
You guys can leave your creepy door open.
I want to
Shut
be
mine.
alone with Toby.
Yeah, Toby curled up on the foot of my bed to sleep like he always does. It was chilly, so I pulled the blankets and comforter up
Is
around my
Toby
head.
dead?
No.
Oh, okay.
God.
Sorry.
I would never tell this story.
Okay, I thought maybe Toby was a ghost.
No, Toby's a real dog.
And that was the twist.
Toby's our real assistant.
Okay.
Okay. It was chilly, so I pulled the blankets and comforter up around my head and curled up to nap for an hour. I don't know why she's taking a 5 p.m. nap, but okay. I was just dozing off.
Don't judge her.
I guess. I was just dozing off when I heard the latch on my bedroom door open. I waited several seconds for my sister or brother-in-law to say whatever they'd come to say, but there was no other sound. It was almost 7 p.m., so my bedroom was pitch black. I'd left lights on in the kitchen and the bathroom, and there were lots of Christmas lights in the living room, so the hallway would have been well lit, but it was pitch black.
No.
I would be able to see whoever was at the door just by lifting my head. I pushed the blankets down and lifted my head from the pillow, but just as I would have been able to see who was in the doorway, an extremely bright light hit me right in the face.
Alien.
I shielded my eyes and yelled, "She censored herself, but I'm not going to."
Oh, fun.
Turn out that fucking light. You're blinding me.
It's our first F word.
Sorry. Not sorry. I really was excited to say it.
I'm so excited for you. Congratulations.
The light immediately disappeared, and I heard the bedroom door latch close. My bedside light is a touch lamp, so I tapped it on and looked around the room.
I had those. Remember those?
Yes.
I had those.
There was no one there except me and Toby. Toby jumped off the bed and went to the door without showing any signs of alarm. At first, I wasn't frightened because Toby is a Dutch Shepherd and was trained to be an excellent watchdog. He was like super calm.
Mm-hmm.
Since Toby was already up, I decided to go let him outside and see what Sis or her husband needed, because she assumed it was them.
Right.
When I went into the hallway, I could see both of them still in bed. I took Toby to the living room to let him outside, and there was nobody there either. Ordinarily, I'm not a skittish person, and strange noises or lights wouldn't alarm me, but this situation was just too eerie, and the light had made my skin crawl. Let me add that the latch on my bedroom door is broken in such a way that the inside door handle must be jiggled for the latch to pop out and engage.
Mm-mm.
It makes a very distinctive sound that I'm used to listening for, because if it doesn't latch, the door swings open. I'm absolutely positive that the door was latched closed when I got into bed, just as I'm certain it was the door latch I heard during the incident.
Uh-uh.
When I left the bedroom, the door was latched closed again. I couldn't understand how my sister or brother-in-law could have come into my room and then returned to their own bed and crawled under the covers in the few seconds it took me to reach the hallway, but I figured it had to be one of them, since Toby always barks and growls at everybody and everything he doesn't immediately recognize. When my brother-in-law got up to get ready for work that night, I asked him what he'd wanted earlier in the evening. Yeah, I guess he's got a night shift.
Yuck.
What he wanted earlier in the evening when he opened my door. He looked puzzled and said, "I never got up, and I certainly never opened your door. I slept soundly the whole time I was in bed." Okay, so I asked my sister, Did you want something earlier this evening when you opened my door?" She also looked puzzled and told me I dozed off and on, but I never got out of bed, and I never saw or heard anything in the hallway. She leaves their bedroom door open at all times, and she faces the hallway so she can see if anyone is coming or going in the house. I don't know why these people leave their door open. That's very weird.
So many doors open. I hate that.
Yeah. So who is my special Christmas visitor? And
Santa!
how did they get in and out so quickly? Maybe it was.
Santa.
Like most people, the thoughts of loved ones are always close at hand during the holiday season. When I first went to lie down, I was thinking how happy I was that my small family had enjoyed a pleasant Christmas, but it would have been so much better if my mother and brother had still been alive to share it with us.
Oh.
I would like to think that it was my brother's spirit stopping by to say Merry Christmas. I still think of you too. I haven't been able to debunk this strange event or find any kind of rational explanation. I'm half afraid that my heart stopped during my sleep, and the light I saw was the bright light people report after near-death experiences.
Oh, Jesus.
Leave it to me to see the stairway to heaven and ruin my chance at eternal paradise by saying, "Turn out that fucking light." I've made a mental note that if I ever see another bright light, to clean up my language, just in case.
Oh, jeez.
And that was Scarlet Dragon.
Scarlet Dragon?
Mm-hmm.
I bet that's her real name.
It could be.
Could be.
Could very well be. Okay. Here comes the next one.
Ready.
A ghostly Christmas caress.
Oh.
This one's really good.
Sexy.
It was Christmas time of 1995 or 96 at my aunt's house on a reservation in North Dakota. Some of my family was in the living room watching television. The kids were playing in the rooms or sleeping, and my uncle, aunt, and I were sitting at a table putting a puzzle together. My cousin...
So they were frustrated.
Yes.
Okay.
No, they were just, they're
Puzzles are frustrating.
Puzzles are hard. But it's very pure activity.
It is. I did it.
Yes. My cousin, who worked at a casino, was due home around midnight or 1 a.m. That night, as she pulled up and was walking toward the house, she looked in the window and saw me sitting at my table, my uncle sitting across from me. She also saw someone standing to the left of me and someone standing in the corner. She continued to walk in the house, thinking nothing of it. When she got inside, she said her hellos, put her stuff away, and came to join us at the table. As we were sitting there talking, she looked at me and asked who was standing next to me a few minutes ago and who was in the corner. I told her no one, and she said, yeah, there was someone standing next to you. It looked like your mom, and she was playing with your hair.
No.
I have long hair, which I used to wear down all the time. She said this person was running her hand on my hair as a mother does to a child. It kind of freaked me out, as I was probably only 12 or 13 at the time. My cousin swears up and down that someone was standing over me, rubbing my head and watching me put the puzzle together
I hate that.
with my aunt and uncle, and that there was another person standing behind that person. We got around to thinking the second person was probably her mom, who had passed away on her birthday a week before Christmas back in 1992.
Is her mom dead?
They both have.
Oh,
mothers
okay. I missed that
passed away.
part. Sorry.
In my family, we consider our aunts and uncles to be just like our mom and dads. After thinking it could have been her, it didn't scare me so much. Around Christmas, something strange almost always happens. We just think it's my mom coming to visit us.
Oh,
Yeah.
could be.
I like these sweet
I like that
family stories.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like my dad and his big old footprint.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, Santa at the bedroom door. Your Grandmaster Rose is going to love this story.
Because it's a horny Santa?
No.
Oh.
Excuse you.
She would probably be into that.
Does she write?
I just called my mom. Does she write Santa fan fiction? Is that where you were going? If she knew what fan fiction was, she might. It would be very pure, though.
It would be. Santa came to hug me. It was so sweet. And then we made out.
I mean, she has literally for my entire life been thoroughly offended by like anything having to do with Santa being hurt. And as you learned, Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
She thought my grandma sweater was Santa Claus getting run over by a reindeer, and she was very
made
upset.
her very sad. I mean, she could not pass a mall Santa without telling it, like literally shouting at it, "You're gorgeous." She's a Santa fangirl.
She loves her some Santa. Okay.
She's Mrs. Claus in her head.
So Santa at the bedroom door, not the naughty version.
Not the naughty version.
This is the PG version.
Okay.
It was Christmas Eve, 1961. We were living in Boardman, Ohio. My bedroom was at the end of the house. I'd gone to sleep. I don't know what time it was. I forgot to tell you. The last person was V Page.
Oh, V Page.
Yeah, sorry.
Thanks, V Page.
I interrupted myself to tell you what that person's name
Thanks, V Page.
Anyway, so I'd gone to sleep. I don't know what time it was, but I know it was very late. When I suddenly woke up, I was staring at my bedroom door, which was catty corner from my bed. As the door slowly opened, I pretended to close my eyes because I didn't want my mother or father to catch me up in the middle of the night.
Me.
There was a nightlight in the hallway and one behind the dresser in my room, so there was some light.
Mm-hmm.
I was totally astonished, however, by who it was that opened my bedroom door.
Oh.
I found myself looking at a man dressed in a red suit. He had a white trim around his waist, like fur, a long white beard, and was wearing a Santa hat.
It was Krampus.
God. He had red pants and black boots. If I close my eyes, I can still see Santa standing in my door. It made such an impression on me.
Here comes Santa Claus. Right down Santa Claus Lane.
He stood there and looked at me for a few seconds, then closed the door. I pulled the blankets over my head. I was so scared. Finally, I looked out, but no one was there. The next day, I asked my mother if she or my father had been out of bed the previous night. My mother said no. In fact, my sister was only 4 months old. My mother told me she'd slept through the night for the first time since my sister was born. Neither of my parents had gotten up. Both of them were tired, and they both slept. So I don't know who or what looked in my bedroom that night.
Lies. It was her dad dressed like Santa.
When I told my mother I'd seen Santa, she got really mad at me and told me that I had not. But I know what I saw. It was Santa Claus. I swear, this story did happen, and I know I wasn't dreaming.
I swear.
Carrie K.
Thanks, Carrie K. I believe you.
Maybe it was a ghost Santa.
Maybe it was a ghost Santa.
But these are my
Your paranormal Christmas stories.
Yeah.
They're cute.
yeah, they're nice, right?
They are nice.
I wanted to tell some nice stories. 'Cause
Yeah, why
it's
not?
Christmas time, and
What was did your family have a Christmas Eve tradition, like before you went to bed?
I mean, besides the obvious, like baking cookies for Santa Claus and leaving out carrots and celery for the
Oh,
reindeer.
you did the reindeer?
Uh-huh.
We had reindeer food, which was, I believe it was just oatmeal mixed with glitter, and we scattered it on the
Cute.
front lawn.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, for the reindeer, and
So-
then we baked the cookies.
There's actually a home video of this happening, so it's not that I remember it, but there's like proof of what happened. One time I woke up to Santa Claus coming into my bedroom with a gift, and my family was there as well. This was in Montreal, so it was my
Was it Luke or was it Andre?
neither.
Okay.
But Luke and Andre, I think, were there. Or
Okay.
at least Andre was there. But Santa came in and woke me up. I was sleeping in my parents' bed at
I
that
don't
time.
like this.
He came in and woke me up, and he gave me a gift, and it was that stuffed dog that had like puppies that like you can put.
Oh
puppies
yeah,
in its
it's
pouch.
Velcro.
Yeah.
Their stomach's Velcro.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was so pumped. But the best part is, as a grown up watching this video, knowing who it was. If you're a hockey fan, you might know who Pierre Lacroix is. And Pierre Lacroix was a general manager for a long time for the Montreal Canadiens, I believe. So this was back then. He was a friend of our family. And Pierre, there's a video that they took of him because they basically wanted to take a video to show me the next day of like, see, Santa Claus came out of the fireplace.
Oh wow,
So
that's
Pierre-
elaborate.
Pierre is dressed up like Santa Claus. Coming out of he's just like positioned himself to
Yeah.
like, pretend like he's coming out of the fireplace, and as he bends over, his pants rip at the butt in half, and the entire it was like just a bunch of like drunk
Right.
drunk people, just
Right.
like while the kids are sleeping.
Canadians
Canadians
drunk.
No,
They missed their chance to make the Santa Bobby Hall. He would have made a much better Santa. Creepy Santa.
yeah,
Bad
that would have been a
Santa.
good one. No, I wouldn't have wanted Bobby Hall to come into
No.
my room at night.
How you doing, little girl? You want a
thank
martini?
You want a martini? Oh god, nobody knows what we're talking about.
No,
I
no
don't
one
think there's
knows.
hockey
Inside
fans.
joke, I guess.
Anyway,
No, my only thing, it was every Christmas, my mom would put me to bed. She would do her mommy voice. You know the mommy voice. You've heard her do it. Telling me I had to go to sleep because Santa was a coming. It was always was a coming.
yep.
So she said Santa was a coming.
How long did you believe in Santa Claus?
Probably till we moved to the house next door to you. So maybe like 9.
Yeah.
Because I told her I didn't believe in Santa Claus at that house. She was doing laundry, and I said, Mom, I know that Santa isn't real. And she got so angry, because there was her fun gone.
Yeah.
And she went, people who don't believe in Santa don't get Santa presents. And I was like, you know what? Actually, after a second thought, I do believe in him. And I still do. But no, I had a music box that was a carousel, and she would wind that up. So that would play me only on Christmas Eve. I would wind would the music box get wound up.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be going to sleep, and they would wait what they thought was the appropriate amount of time for me to fall asleep, not realizing I was an insomniac as a child. And then they would start dragging my presents out of their closet down the hall past my room to the basement, where they would watch Christmas movies and put together whatever toys I had. Well, my dad would swear and get frustrated.
Cute.
But I always heard them dragging it past my door, and I was always like, well, we don't have a fireplace, so Santa probably comes in through Mom and Dad's window. That's got to be it, because I'm hearing grunting and and dragging.
Santa is very busy.
And I think I might have been about 8 or 9, maybe my last Christmas at that house, thinking that's my dad.
Yeah, I think I might have been around the same age, like maybe 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I definitely believed, I think maybe even a little bit longer, because I was an only child and I didn't have anybody to like blow it for me. I remember one time somebody told me at school he wasn't real, and I got really mad at them.
I'm sure. My brother never blew it for me, surprisingly.
Yeah, I must have been about 9 or 10, because I remember I was a little bit older and I was getting made fun of because I still believed in Santa Claus. But I was like, I think in my head, which is not surprising for me, I was like, I don't really care if he's not real. It's so much more fun to believe in him.
Right. And we're still like that. Like, I
Yeah.
don't really care if that's not true. It's so much more fun to believe it is.
Yeah. Like,
And,
we're
and my
logical
Santa
people.
presents were always wrapped in Santa paper.
Aw.
And I just had the thought, I really hope that my sister-in-law isn't listening to this with Nadia. Because then we just told her Santa isn't real. And I'm
You need to
pretty
text
sure that she thinks he is. I will. I will text her.
You
and
will
warn
need
her.
to text her and be like,
I mean,
"Trigger."
she's 11, so she's at that age where it's like, maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. Who knows?
I'm guessing she doesn't. She has the internet.
No, last it was spoken of, she firmly believed.
Oh.
She does have the internet, but she also is a very magical child.
Mm-hmm.
And the longer she can believe in magic, she will.
Yeah. That's, I mean, that I relate
She
to that.
cherishes that, I think. And she also doesn't go to public school, so she doesn't really have anybody to ruin it for her.
Yeah, I would let her know.
I'll let her know.
Well,
Oh, man.
I mean, Christmas is pretty wonderful, but
Christmas is pretty wonderful.
Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, we're very excited about celebrating the holidays in general.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
What is your favorite? What is your How Wonderful?
What is my How Wonderful? My How Wonderful is I only have 8 days of work left
Yeah.
before Christmas vacation.
That's very exciting.
Yeah. And then I get like 8 or 9 days off.
Get some time
And
off.
I definitely need it.
Yeah.
I need some downtime, even though, you know, Christmas isn't going to be the big to-do this year.
Time to just shut in and...
Shut in, watch some Christmas movies, eat some cookies, drink some wine.
Yeah.
And just not have to go to work.
Yeah, not have to use
Not have responsibilities.
Yeah, not really have to use your brain in that way.
I can't wait to not use my brain.
Yeah. I had one of those brain breaks this weekend. I just did nothing.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Just vegged out.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like refuse to do any work, including podcast stuff, on my days off because I just can't.
Yeah.
Just can't do it. I need days off.
Yeah. Sometimes I try, but sometimes
I know.
can't.
You're bad at it. You're bad at having days off. So what's your How Wonderful?
Well, I mean, I guess mine's kind of not similar, but also kind of work related. I'm just happy that I'm done with night shifts.
I'm happy you're done with night shifts.
I had like since mid-October, the show that I'm working on was shooting nights for the most part.
And I mean like into the wee hours.
I mean, like Friday we wrapped at 4 a.m. So.
Yeah, it was horrible. And I've
that was
been
pretty
so
regular.
low, lonely.
No. Okay, Bieber.
I'm so low, lonely.
But I love routine. I'm a creature of habit.
Oh,
and I'm
Lord, is she.
very excited to have a somewhat more normal routine moving forward.
Exactly.
So,
you get up, you go to work, come home.
Yeah.
And you have some time.
It's pretty wonderful.
It's not great. I don't like having time before work.
Yeah.
It's just weird
it's like a
because then you don't
tease.
feel like going to work.
I mean, even on Friday, I started work around like 5:30 p.m. So I had all day to do nothing. And it was just like, I just always feel like I'm just sitting around waiting to go to work.
And I hate that
I feel
feeling.
like I can't start anything because I don't want to get roped into something
Right.
and then like have to stop it and go and leave. So I just felt really not productive and just,
Well, those days are over, friend.
yeah, well, for now,
For now.
until the next job.
Until the next job makes you do it, yes. But we
Yeah.
get to reinstate Friday movie night.
Yeah. That's a big How Wonderful.
It is a big How Wonderful. We were during quarantine. We had Friday movie nights
Yes.
where we made a big deal out of it. We would triple feature it.
Yeah.
We would pick
Not
she'd
to
pick
say
one.
We didn't watch TV every night, but we would watch like TV shows.
Yeah,
normally.
TV shows.
We would save
and
movies. for
Fridays
movie
were
night.
movie night.
Yeah.
So she'd pick one, I'd pick one, and then we'd pick an oldie, but a goodie.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Those were good times. I mean, we probably won't be able to do 3, but we'll
No,
always be able to do 2.
You will still do 2.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
We can't start them at 5 p.m. like we
And
used
this
to.
week we're gonna finally get to watch the folklore sessions.
Yeah, I'm really
We're really excited about that on Disney Plus. Taylor Swift.
super pumped about that.
Good
There's
times.
lots of fun things to look forward to this week.
Yeah.
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 Timothy Chalamet is going to be on SNL.
Oh, that's going to be my How Wonderful next time. And you know it
Probably.
is.
Yeah.
Even though I get so much secondhand embarrassment when I watch my favorites on SNL. I love it so much, but I like nervous laugh the whole time
Yeah.
because it like for some reason makes me like really uncomfortable to watch my favorite celebrities on SNL, even though it's also my favorite thing.
Right. I mean,
Like when Harry was on SNL, I was nervous laughing the entire time because I was like, this is so uncomfortable and I don't know why, but
the
I love
thing
this.
is, when this comes out, everyone will have already seen it.
Everyone will have already seen it.
It was like the
we will
election all
haven't
over
seen
again.
it. How was he? Was he good?
Was he funny?
Was Timothy Chalamet a Chalamet? I'm sure he was.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
King. I'm totally going to watch Little Women when I go home.
Oh, same.
It's a Christmas movie.
Same.
Fight me.
I don't think my aunt has seen it. So.
You know why it's a Christmas movie? Because of that one part where Jo wakes up and she looks out the window and she's kind of looking in the camera when she looks out the window and she goes, "Merry Christmas, world."
Yes.
Christmas movie.
Christmas movie.
Christmas movie. They go ice skating. Christmas movie.
Yeah, done.
There's scones.
Yeah.
Christmas.
There's winter.
Christmas.
Yeah.
There's Timothy Chalamet in a nice jacket. Christmas.
Yeah. It's just happiness.
Happiness.
God, that movie. That movie, like, is just a collective how wonderful always.
That movie is my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It used to be Edward Scissorhands. Now it is Little Women.
Yeah.
Greta Gerwig's Little Women. I can say that with full, wholehearted honesty. Anyway, should we pull our topics?
Yeah, let's pull our topics.
All right.
All
Let's
right.
see. You go first.
Okay. Well, I already pre-pulled mine. So
Oh, okay. I did too. True. What do you have?
I have true crime.
Ooh. True crime.
What do you have?
Okay, let me see. I have awful roulette.
All right, hold on.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
All right. Witchcraft!
Witchcraft.
Yay!
Oh,
I've been
snap.
waiting for this one.
That's
So
a new one.
it's a new topic. You guys didn't know it was in there, but I put it in there. Witchcraft and dark arts.
Surprise.
That's what I have. But next episode,
Yes.
we're going to make it Christmas themed.
Full on Christmas.
While
theme.
we fully respect and honor that is not everybody's holiday.
Mhm.
It is our holiday, so that is what we're going to celebrate.
Yeah,
But we do respect and honor all of them.
of course.
So yeah, we're gonna try and do stories that pertain to our topic that pertain to Christmas.
Yeah, I think I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
It's going to be a doozy.
I know that I'm not gonna do Krampus.
No,
I'm not gonna.
no,
I don't need Christmas devil.
no. Maybe
My
next
mom will
year.
be like, "You ruined Christmas."
You Grinch.
Seriously.
Oh, wow.
You're a mean one.
Mr. Grinch.
You really are a fiend.
My favorite thing about the Grinch, or on Howard's The Grinch,
Yes.
is when Jim Carrey goes, "My schedule wouldn't allow it."
My schedule wouldn't allow it.
I still like quote that weekly.
Yes.
My schedule wouldn't allow it.
Where are you, Christmas?
Oh my God! Remember Taylor Momsen?
I find you? Yeah, that was a baby Taylor Momsen.
She was
way
innocent
before
then.
Gossip Girl.
That was before Pretty Reckless.
have you gone? Remember when you said you didn't know who Christine Baranski was?
Yeah,
Christine Baranski is a Who from Whoville.
I know who she is now. I couldn't remember, and then you showed me the picture, and I was like, oh, duh, I know who she is.
Anyway,
Anyway, what are we?
where can they find us? Is more like it.
Yeah, they can find us at
All of the social medias.
Yeah.
You know what? Don't be lazy. We don't need to feed this to you every day. Go to howawful.com, howawfulpodcast.com, and you can see all of the places you can find us.
Yeah.
Literally all of them.
But, if you're a new listener and you're listening to us backwards, which is very common, you can actually find us on Instagram, Facebook, and
Don't be
Twitter.
fat and lazy. You walked in and then oops, a daisy.
We are at How Awful Podcast.
On all of the social
We're on
medias.
YouTube. You can find us there. Search us at How Awful Podcast. Where
For
we
your
have
hearing impaired friends.
transcribed episodes for your hearing impaired friends.
Patreon.
Patreon.com, most importantly. Come support us.
Most importantly, because you can pay us money.
Well, yeah, but you basically want to show us some love so that we can keep producing this podcast for everybody. That's the whole point.
Tis.
Yeah.
Tis indeed. You can email us at howawfulpodcast@gmail.com if you have a survival story, if you have a haunted story, if you have an alien story, if you have a hometown murder story. Really, you can just, anything.
Yeah, just treat it like a listener story moment to tell us what you have to say,
Yeah.
and we will read it out loud on the podcast
Yeah.
for everyone to hear.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting. You could be the center of attention.
So if you send us one and you don't want your name included, then don't include your name.
Yeah.
That's simple.
It's the Bee and Tanya Lee show and the Izzy show and the Moose show, but it doesn't have to be just us.
They took the night off.
They did. They've been sleeping this whole time.
Whole time.
Terrible assistants.
Totally horrible.
fired.
assistants. Sleeping on the job.
They didn't even budge. They
No.
didn't even flinch. They know they're not fired. They know they'll never be fired. They're too loved.
I know. Who
Near
are
and
you?
dear. Who?
Who are you? Tell them again.
Oh God, I'm having an existential crisis.
Who am I?
I'm Tanya Lee.
And I'm B?
We're how awful?
How Awful. Stand back, it isn't coming close. As always, we've been Bea and Tanya Lee. Our logo was created by MJ Savard, and our theme music courtesy of Nikki Lou.